And do you, Jennifer, take Kevin to be your lawful wedded husband, to honor and hold till death do you part?
Penny, what do I do?
You're on your own for this one.
Like, your wedding planner can't do everything for you. Get realsies.
Bridezilla.
Oh, dun dun dun.
Yes. Do not watch that show. Rule number 1.
How long do we have?
I know.
I'll start with a story.
Not a story, but I am glad that I was a wedding planner before I was a bride. I always tell my brides the story because it makes you realize how important the day is and not just the details, you know? And then I was relaxed. I knew that it was in good hands, probably because it was my peers doing my wedding that I work with all the time. But it helped me really be as a bride should always be, I think. And I mean, I know you were different because you weren't a wedding planner when you got married, so you might have a different story.
I mean, I think having a wedding planner, you know, there's things that you're going to want them to do.
Right.
But you have to be a little realistic with your wants.
You mean?
Considerate.
Yeah, like the toothbrush.
Yeah.
I thought that you would come and pick me up and make sure that I was on time.
I know. I was
And I
gonna
thought
brush
that
your
you would
teeth.
brush my teeth on the way here. And I thought that you would pack my bag. What happened?
No. As far as we go, I will hold your dress.
Yes.
While
All day
you're
long.
using the bathroom. But I will not brush your teeth. And I will not pick you up. You know what I mean? There are certain
I cannot
things.
make you on time.
That's right.
And I think the biggest thing is that there is some responsibility for the bride.
Exactly.
No matter if you get a planner or you have the best maid of honor and the best bridesmaids, you have to have some responsibility for yourself because ultimately, and I know we've all said this, it's not my wedding.
Right.
It's your wedding. And
We're
so
just here to help it come alive and run smoothly.
Yes.
But other than that, making
But
decisions.
it's all based on input. You know, it's all based on, you know, what we think we want. Even though we may not, because I know myself, I am not at all a designer or can I pick 3 colors that go good together.
Yes.
But for you to put together a design board of colors for my wedding, I'm still going to have to say
yes or no.
yes or no. You know, you can't just go, this is what you should do. Because then it's not my wedding. Then it's you kind of taking the lead.
Well, always in the beginning, we always say, if you can just make decisions, just
all
say
we
yes
need.
or no, that's all we need. As long as you're decisive and you're on time.
Well, you're kind of like a guide.
On time.
You're kind of like a guide. You know, you kind of guide us through, you know, the brides. You kind of guide the brides through. But when it's time to make a decision, we have to hold our own.
I mean, we're
Or
here
the
to
bride
advise
has
them
to
on
hold their own.
etiquette, control the day, because obviously we're experienced in that area.
Right.
But as far as making personal decisions, I mean, we've all had brides that say, well, why don't you just, what do you think? Why don't you just decide? Well, I can give you my opinion, but my taste could be very different than your taste.
And I have this constant saying, I already had my wedding. I got to make all my decisions. So this is your time. I mean, I can tell you honestly what I like and don't like, but it doesn't matter what I like and don't like. It's for you.
Yeah, and I can imagine that would probably make you nervous.
It's very uncomfortable, but at the same time, you have to give them a solution.
Yeah.
You know, you can't just say, oh, well, I really can't tell you. You know, you got to say, well,
Right, 'cause they're coming
here's
to you
why.
for-
I like the
right.
white calla lilies, and here's why.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
or say
However-
those don't really look good in there. These look good.
However, if you like it better, if you like these roses better,
Right.
then go with the roses.
Yeah.
And I think that we're here to make our professional opinion on what we think would be the best solution. But there is some responsibility, and there is a line that is drawn on the decisions that you have to make in order to make our job, you know, go smoothly.
And there's a line
Or
drawn
get
on
what you
wedding
want.
day
Yes.
too. Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, I hate to use the word slave, but I mean, you have to draw that line, and we've all seen the brides that expect you to do everything for you, and that's not
True
always
story.
the case.
Girl in my fitting room. I'm trying to help her put a dress on, and she's sitting there. I'm like, a little movement would help. I'm not gonna lift your leg.
That's
one at a- I
right.
swear to God. And I had like, she just sat there. I thought, really? Really?
Okay, so
and
what
also
about the
you wanna
client that
have
comes in and goes, I am a bridezilla?
Oh.
And you're like, payday.
No, I actually, you know, no planner should really be in the position that they have to take anybody's business or anybody's,
Attitude.
Yeah, that really you need you shouldn't be afraid as a business owner to say, hey, we might not be the right person for you.
Sure, I
You
can
know,
imagine
if
that.
you come in like that to our planning firm, we're gonna tell you that because we set the standards right at the very beginning.
Yeah.
This is how we are, this is what we do, this is what we're gonna do for you, and this is what you're gonna do for you.
This is what we expect.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And this is all laid out for you.
Yeah.
But I always tell my brides too, just like I said to the camera, do not watch Bridezilla.
Yeah.
Do not. Because that's not realistic and that's not how you
It's not
how you treat people.
Right.
You know, and again, it's setting that standard, setting those expectations so they know what's happening
That's
on wedding
not
day.
okay.
Because girls, we are running your ceremony, we are running your day. So if you're making things hard for us, you're making things hard for your whole event.
It's not going to be
You know,
what you want.
and you just
We're here to help.
we're a team. Yeah, that's what you've hired us for. Whoever it is, wedding planners, dresses, reception venue, whoever it is,
Right.
they're there to help you, not hurt you.
not go
you
against
know?
you, yeah.
And just because you pay them doesn't mean that they necessarily have to do everything that you ask them to do. I mean, there's certain things in the packages, obviously, that they clearly know they've paid for. So that's really important, is to be realistic about what you've paid for.
Right.
You know, and be
Well,
just
and
a
typically
respectful
those
person.
things are itemized.
Exactly.
So to go, you know, if you're getting a full day, I mean, oh my gosh, the list is so long. But yes, pick you up and make you arrive on time and, you know, brush your teeth. I mean, although they seem like, you know, oh, nobody would surely ask you to do that.
but
But
they
it's
do.
like,
But
it
they
may
do.
not be brushing your teeth, but it may be some unrealistic thing that's just not, it's almost not fair. Like you hate to go, that's not fair. But it's not fair.
It's just not respectful. You
unrealistic.
should respect everybody. Just because it's your wedding day doesn't mean that it's all about you. and
Right.
It has to be about
It
you.
is.
It is, but
But-
it's about you and your
Right.
fiance.
Again, there's
and
boundaries. You know,
It is,
with
but I think if
everything.
you lay those expectations out at the very beginning,
Then there's
you're not
no-
dealing with that stuff
there's
on
no
wedding
gray
day.
area.
You know,
Yeah.
so especially for our job, especially for being the planner and working so close with the bride and groom and then building this relationship with you really, as the planner, that is very uncomfortable to have to be dealing with that on wedding day.
Yeah.
You know, we're trying to make sure your ceremony is set up, your reception is set up, your caterer is on time,
Your
your cake
guests
is
are
there, your
taken
DJ's
care of.
there, your guest
Yeah.
is there.
You guys are doing a lot already and already without adding those little unreasonable,
stress.
right?
Or how many girls do you guys get who are like sweet as pie through 12 months of planning, and then the day of you're thinking, oh my gosh, where's my bride?
Yeah.
You
Happened
know?
a few times.
A few times.
A few, but not too many. You know, we all have very different personalities, and I think that it's also important that if you are looking for a wedding planner, that you book a team of people, and that you don't book off just one person. That you're booking off of what this team can do for you, because we all have different personalities, we all have different tastes, we all handle our clients differently. I'm very straightforward. There is no gray area for my girls. They know exactly what's going on. Do you know? And a lot of them appreciate that from me. Whereas these girls have a nicer, sweeter, they still get the
Softer
job done,
edges.
but it's very soft edges. I'm very hard. Do you know? But we still are getting the same point across. And I think that our clients value that.
Yeah, the
That
outcome is
even
the
though
same.
Jennifer and I might do their initial appointment, those two might be on the event. But we sell ourselves,
As a
we're a
team.
team. We're a team. We're always working on your event together. You know, so you get that different aspect no matter where you are. You get the sweet, the hard, and the in between.
And we are always sensitive about, we know that a wedding day is a very emotional time for the mom, for the dad, for the bride, for the groom.
Everyone
You're getting married, that's huge in itself. You're paying a lot of money for one day. So we all know that emotions are high, it gets stressful, you know, people are erratic sometimes, but you just have to remember, just take a deep breath, calm down, you're just here to get married, and everybody that's participating that you've hired are here to help you, not to hurt you. Exactly.
Glenelg Manor is sexy.